Still got it. Still got it.
All right. Welcome to FaBled Hunters.
I'm Ada.
I'm Saint.
And we're gonna open. Wait. What was that video, Saint?
That was me with the fam at Dave & Buster's in Orlando.
Why is that even relevant? Like,
We just had a couple hours before the flight, and I wanted to do something, so I revisited like an old haunt.
oh, so you went there a lot in the past?
Yeah, you could say that. I went there a really large amount of time, like 3 to 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, a lot of people are just like, they watch FaBled Hunters, they see my videos, they see, me in the Facebook groups when I live stream, and they're just like, oh, look at Saint, he's just some rich asshole who's always been rich, and he's got a lot of cool stuff, and he's flexing, blah, 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 oh, I don't have the stuff. But yeah, that's not always been the case. Like 5 years ago, I got sued, and I was accused of securities fraud. And when you're accused of securities fraud, you got 2 ways to play it. Pro tip, guys. You can either say, deny, like a lot of the real rich, evil investor triangle hat assholes do, where they just deny it and they don't care. Or my attorneys advised me that I could freeze all my assets. And I did that. I literally had 0 income. And no income can come from my business or investments because I needed to hold everything up and take a voluntary audit till it was done. And what I didn't know, what the attorneys didn't tell me, was that it would last 3.5 years. So about year 2, no matter how well off you are, you live a certain lifestyle. And year 2, the funds were getting really low. One day I walked into a Dave & Buster's and I was like, wait a minute, you can make tickets, and tickets can buy Pokemon boxes, Xbox, Nintendo Wii, and PlayStation games, and that is worth some currency.
You could resell them for some money.
Yeah, you could. It took me about 30 days to go into the rabbit holes on the internet, and I found a group called Dave & Buster's Advantage Play. It's kind of like a rabbit hole, just like fab collecting or magic collecting. There was a community, and I actually met the founder of the community, Mewtwo Strikes Back, Mike, great guy in Pittsburgh, and he groomed me to be a member of the community, and eventually I became a leader in the community. I got better and better at games, and I wrote manuals about teaching people how to advantage play. It might not look like much now, but back then, if you were really optimized, you could make $200 to $500 an hour.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Playing video games.
That's insane.
Yeah, I got blackballed for a while, and the Dallas headquarters of Dave & Buster's froze all my cards, and they froze my accounts, and they wouldn't even let me access I had millions of tickets, and a million, 100,000 tickets back then could buy a Nintendo Wii, which sold for $600, or a PlayStation or Xbox was $400 or $500 at the time, and they froze my stuff. It was a really, really tough time, and when you have 0 income, $200 an hour, 4 to 6 hours a day at the arcade,
incredible,
makes a huge difference. And I don't know, this was just an experience. It's part of me, but I want the viewers to know it's not always rosy, but you find out how to overcome it. What about you, Ada? Did you?
So my story, if you guys look on, I actually have this podcast online. If you just Google my name.
You have podcasts?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. No, not my own.
I have a lot of friends. I'm Ada. I'm super popular.
No, it's not a podcast where one day one of my friends who started this nonprofit podcast to basically drive awareness to the Asian community and like female Asian like entrepreneur community, and then I was on one of the episodes. I told my story a couple of times. I don't know if I ever said anything on the channel.
Yeah.
But I started working. I started in business when I was really young. I'm still really young, but I started even.
You've reminded us like more than 3 times already.
Yeah,
Go on.
but I think it was second year in college. At the time, I had other investments, with other partners, and it wasn't going well. And we basically all had to keep paying back to the company to keep the business afloat. And I was a full-time student. I was taking 20 credits in college. I was, just starting out in marketing, and then working full-time at my other business, and still wasn't enough. I took out 2 Amex credit cards. I still have them today. Maxed them all out to pay back to the company. And I just remember like getting on the subway, because I used to have like night classes, and I was an industrial design major, so I was in a wood shop, and the professor would yell at me. Like I got discriminated because the professor thought like I was just this little Asian girl. I didn't know what she was doing. During final week, I was in the wood shop for like weeks, hours, till like 10, 11 p.m. But by the time I lived on John Street at the time, I remember like having constant breakdowns.
Downtown?
Yeah,
Financial district?
yeah. Like getting off the subway, like 4-5 train, and then just crying my balls out, because crying my eyes out. Oh my god.
Did you just like cry your balls off?
Anyways, there were many moments where I wanted to give up, because I didn't really, like, I wasn't making money. I was making negative money, and like I made $400 like a month from marketing at the time.
Yeah.
But I had to pay, and I was still working full time, but not getting paid from my other investment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was hard, but I grinded out, and I had people around me that supported me, not financially, mentally. And then I kept going, and here I am. But like everything that I make now, or everything that I do, that I succeed in, I really hold on like tightly to them, because I know it's not easy. It's not all fun and games. You lose, you gain, and it's okay if I lost everything today, because I've gone through hard stuff, so I know how to get it back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's never easy.
Yeah, I never knew that about you. And a lot of people, like viewers, even the people that work at our companies, they're just like, oh, this guy's always been well off. But I tell my friends, the first 10 years of Universal Processing, we are not cash positive. We were literally cash negative to break even, and deep debt. I understand what it feels like being in credit card debt and making minimum payments for like 3 to 5 years back to back to back, and just feeling like a slave to the system. It's complete BS, and it sucks. And then getting past it just to get sued for all of my assets, and having to grind it back at, like I said, the arcade. It's really, really bad. Like, you think you've made it after 10, 15 years, and then you're back to, you lose it all for whatever reasons. You have to figure out a way to fight back and overcome. And you did. You've had less time because you're less time out of school, but I've been out of school for like 2 decades, and it's like nobody's safe. Nobody's immune from that. Nobody's immune to turbulence and just random acts of BS from other crappy people. In this case, it was somebody who was bankrupt, a friend from college. I took him in, I gave him equity in the company, and I got embezzled against and then sued for helping him. It's weird how life happens, right? It can happen, guys. This is real life, because fact is stranger than fiction sometimes. And you find yourself as a CEO grinding video games to put food on the table, and that's real life. That's America. It is what it is.
I don't really talk about my story a lot, but I moved to the city. I moved to the States without my family, And like I just remember the 14-year-old, like me, Ada, like I was looking around like, how am I gonna support myself? Like I didn't know what kind of skill sets I had. I was terrified, and I took up every single opportunity that I had, like with you, right? Like you had a lot and you lost it all, but like you were open to seeing what's around you. Like nobody else would have ever thought, oh, these investors like would be, like
nobody's gonna walk into an arcade and figure out a six-figure revenue earning opportunity.
But when you're mine, like, but when you know, like, when you're hungry for something, like, you figure out.
Yeah,
like,
any means necessary. I mean, I'm not gonna do anything illegal, but I'm going to support my family and figure out a way to make it by any means necessary.
It shut down and overheated. God damn it! It's gotta pay me my tickets. All overheated.
Wait, so what just happened? Oh, you seem so mad in that video.
I was a little bewildered because, like, it's an old machine, I guess, and the thing with Crossy Road is as the level gets higher and higher, it takes more processing power because the computer's trying to screw you over and, trying to have you end up under the tires of a car.
Oh, you're basically saying you're too good at the game.
Now, well, to be fair, that machine had never been touched like that in her life. And I guess I was just tapping it right. the button,
did
right?
you call the service?
Well, yeah, I had 3 credits in the machine, and the place was empty. Nobody was waiting for a game, so I called a technician, and he's like, "Man, I seen you play this game, man. You're only getting 1 credit." And I'm like, "Really, bro?" Anyways, as of the filming of this video, it's the end of August, and just wanted to shout out to Marvel franchise. First Asian Marvel movie ever is coming out. Shang-Chi, check it out. It'll probably be out by the time you guys see this video. Alright guys, that's it for now. Enjoy! Bye!
Oh. All right, that's a wrap.